Hello, whoever is watching this. You know what? Magic the Gathering. Let's talk about that. Magic the Gathering. It's a game. You've probably heard of it. Maybe not. That's okay if you haven't. It's totally nerdy, which is okay. And it's been around for about 20 years now, and it all started back with the man Richard Garfield. At least I'm pretty sure that was his name. Came up with the idea back in the early 90s. The game quickly progressed and became quite popular among many audiences, including men, women, teenagers, even children were playing this game within the next year or so, and their success was overwhelming. What Garfield had done, but had not realized, was created the world's first trading card game. And it's something I'm very happy about, as I myself have been a trading card player for years now. Pretty much as long as I can remember. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I've only been into Magic for about 6 months now, maybe? But I felt like this is such a big deal that I should just go ahead and do it, and I'm very glad I did. So without further rambling, I present to you the 20th anniversary of Magic from the Vault 20. This is a very special box, and it's extremely limited print. And the fact that I even have one living in a small town where a store I know only recently was permitted to even become eligible for one, and how it ended up in my hands is beyond me. But I'm very thankful that it is. So let's go ahead and crack this baby open. Now, you'll notice that it has a front panel that's magnetic, and it opens to reveal the cards within. And, of course, in the center is none other than Jace the Mind Sculptor, and we're going to get to him in a second. Now, this is probably the only time I'm going to have these out of the sleeves, because I'm serious. When this is over, I'm putting these cards in sleeves, and then I'm putting those sleeves in sleeves, and then I'm putting those sleeves in a top loader. So they're going to be in their own little vaults. So anyways, let's crack this baby open. You got the little side panel right here. So what's nice about this box is that it's reusable. So this box features 20 cards that have been used in a tournament-winning deck over the past 20 years that Magic has been around and has had sanctioned formats and tournaments. Each one of these cards has a very special meaning behind it, although I beg to differ with a couple. And it's something that Magic felt like they should do for their 20th anniversary. So of course there's 20 cards, 20-sided dice, you know. Only was 20 bucks. Anyways, so the first thing you'll notice when you open this box is that there's a 20-sided die. And although it looks like a normal one, you know, you're not going to find a dice like this. It looks just really cool. It's amber, it's got all these glitter spots inside, and of course it's got the little From the Vault 20 on it. So it's really nice. And then you open that up, and here you've got the cards, which of course is the only thing anyone really cares about. Narrow that down further, and you know who is in the center. Let's go ahead and peel this open. These come in little plastic wraps. Boy, I gotta be really careful. Okay, I got this. So we're gonna go through this card by card. Of course, the first card is none other than Jace the Wallet Sculptor. This bad boy, he is legendary for being overpowered. I don't want to go into details because I'm not making this a 20-minute video. But let's just say he's so bad, he's banned in almost any format. But he's still worth like $200. And it's for good reason, although I wouldn't ever really pay 200 bucks for, you know, a piece of paper, even if it is a Magic card. And we've got Kessig Wolfra. Now, I've heard rumors that this is actually the least popular card in the set, but personally, I like it. You know, it's a land, it's something different. Creates little creatures. Well, no, it doesn't, but you know what I mean. I sound like a noob, so I'll stop there. This was probably, other than Mind Sculptor, this and another card that I'm going to be showing in a minute. I know the name, but I don't want to spoil anything too bad. This is Green Sun Zenith. This is one of the other cards I was really excited about. This is essential for any green deck. I mean, if you could read that, that's pretty intense. And I can see why this card's in this set. Here's another one. Dark Ritual. Simple enough, extremely effective. You're profiting 2 mana for that. And honestly, if I could get a play set of these, that would be amazing. And then we've got Swords to Plowshares. I've heard this is actually one of those cards that's got new art now, so it's okay. You know, obviously having Mind Sculptor in the box, they couldn't have, you know, all $200 cards, you know, but I'm still saying it's a really nice card. And lastly, in this little stack, we've got Shainer's Edict. Target player sacrifices a creature, flashback. Pretty simple, straightforward, but good. Alright, hopefully the computer won't die, because sometimes it does without warning me, but if that's the case, I'll just do this again. Moving on to the second stack, we'll start with Hymn to Turok. This little packaging open here. This is tedious. This is tedious. There. Man, real packs are easier to open than that. Oh man, these are like bent. Oh my god. I mean, I know they're foil, but honestly, these are pretty bent. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. I know, you know, they're not going to be flat, but still. Oh well, at least they're legitimate. So you've got Hymn to Turok. Target player discards 2 cards at random. Yeah. In case you're playing against someone else who got from the Vault 20, that'll probably come in handy when they try to play Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's like, oh man, you'll never guess what I have in my hand. It's like, oh gee. Let me guess. Oh wait! Rage. Instant rage. Okay, honestly, this is the one I'm not too happy with. No. No, I am not about to say that this is a bad card. This is very nice. And as much as it deserves to be in the box, all I have to say is there's a card from Core 14, and I can't for the life of me think of what it's called, but it's the exact same card. It doesn't have the same name, but it's a 1-drop for a 1/1, taps for green mana, and it's an elf druid just like this. What's different, you ask? It's a common! Why is this in here? That's all I'm asking. I'm going to say just because, you know, they had to balance the price between the Mind Sculptor. Okay, Impulse. I like this one to an extent. It's kind of like Index, but, you know, it's also good, and it kind of speeds you up a bit. But I think Factory Fiction's better. Still a good blue spell, though. Wall of Blossoms. This one's pretty interesting. With green, you don't see a lot of drawing cards, and this is pretty vital, especially when it's a 2-drop creature with Defender 0/4. That's just not bad. Drawing a card is vital, and normally you'd have to pay a high amount of mana for that. Alright, here we got Thran Dynamo. This is like, you know, Black Lotus's little brother. Let's just go with that. Nice card, though. Tangle Wire. This one took me a bit to understand. And even though you'll have to be sacrificing and, you know, taking out your own creatures and permanents, this is still a really useful card. All of these cards are really useful. I'm just scared I'm going to damage some of them. And then you got Factor Fiction. And I'm not even going to quote Michelle on that one. I don't know why she thinks she's famous, or why she thinks she coined the phrase, next turn Factor Fiction, you lose. You know what, whatever. It's a great card. I'm just going to pretend like I don't know who that is, because that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in Magic. I don't need to say more. I have reasoning and judgment against that. And it's valid. But you know what? It doesn't even talk about her in the Collector's Guide. It talks about some other guy. So clearly she's not as famous as she thinks. Granted, she did lose during the finals. She got far. And she did good. There's no denying that. But this whole crap about the quote she came up with is just ridiculous. But this is a nice card, and I like this one. Alright, so we're moving on to the last stack. I'm going to organize these real quick. And this is the stack on the right, beginning with the Chroma's Vengeance. So let's get this peeled open. And I swear if this computer dies on me, I'm getting mad. Alright, so we got Chroma's Vengeance. Bye. Bye, permanents. Gilded Lotus. I'm surprised this is in here, actually. This is more literally the little brother of Black Lotus, because this is a Lotus. It's from Core 13 and a couple other sets, but it's not worth as much as you'd think, even though it does the exact same thing. It's just fixed, you know, because it's a 5-drop. Okay, this one, other than Mind Sculptor, is my favorite. Inkai Servant of Oni. He's got the ninjutsu. Regenerate for 2-draw. I mean, look at that guy. I mean, he's a rat ninja, which is totally gross, but he's... Oh my god, this is amazing for a black creature. I don't really like this one. I think this card can be compared to, I don't know, the Lobber Crew, the goblins that tap to deal 3 damage but deal 2 damage to you. Or, you know, a cheaper version of Chandra's Outrage, only the 2 damage is directed to you. But all in all, it's nice for a red spell, even though it does deal damage to you. Okay, Venser. This guy's pretty nice. I didn't know there was a version of him that wasn't a Planeswalker, so I'm kind of proud.